Well, he's the UFC's reigning heavyweight champion of the world and the #1 ranked pound-for-pound fighter in the world. And this weekend, he's getting ready to defend his title. Here to tell me what to expect, Mr. Daniel Cormier. What's up, champ? So happy you're here, man. Been a big fan of yours for a while.
Thank you, man. Nice to meet you.
It's such a pleasure to finally meet you in person. So, first of all, congratulations on the ESPY.
Oh, yeah, that was exciting. You know, first MMA fight of the year. I didn't think I was going to win because it took so... I hadn't fought since November, but the fans voted and got me that award, so I'm real proud of it.
Yeah, and how'd you like that experience, sort of the merger of Hollywood and seeing the other athletes there and entertainment? What'd you think about that?
It was different. You know, I went last year to the Humanitarian Awards and I presented an award, but to be nominated and to walk the red carpet and do the whole thing, it was phenomenal. To get all dolled up and you know, kind of live like you guys for a night.
No, that's fun, man. And I love it because I'm familiar with the story, but for those who may not be, you were an Olympic wrestler. Right? And I love that you had a background in wrestling.
Yes,
I love it.
I know that. That's our connection.
I always say, if you can wrestle, you can do anything.
You can do anything.
Right?
Yep, you can wrestle.
Where's my boy? I got to make sure he's listening to that.
Make sure he's listening.
You're exactly right, though, but it really does have all the qualities that you need as far as an individual sport with the discipline and the focus and the commitment, right?
No, wrestling is the best sport in the entire world. I mean, it teaches you how to be committed to doing something special. And I always tell my kids that wrestle for me, you're working harder in this room than most people will work their entire lives as a youth, a 9, 10-year-old.
Exactly.
If you can commit to a sport that doesn't have as much financial upside as wrestling is, you can do anything in the world.
Exactly. I also like the individual aspect of it, too. You don't have to rely on someone else's success.
Mario, I quit football because they had 10 other dudes and I was responsible for all their actions. I was like, if I could just wrestle and take care of myself, I win because I train hard. And if I lose, I have to go back to the drawing board and figure out what I did wrong.
Exactly.
I love it.
I'm with you right there. How did the transition into MMA work, and what made you want to consider that?
You know, after the second Olympic Games, I was looking for something to do. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I just knew that I still wanted to be competitive, right? So I spoke to my manager, who Dwayne Zinkin at the time wasn't. He goes, you should try it. You know, he was an All-American at Fresno State University. I said, okay, I'll give it a shot. Went up to AK in San Jose, saw Cain Velasquez, John Fitch, Josh Koscheck, all these fantastic wrestlers having so much success. I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm in it.
I love it. It's funny because I know the Zinkin brothers too, man. Because I was saying, we're about to say, I'm older actually a lot of it, but all the brothers wrestling and all that growing up.
Guys.
So that's so cool. And I love to see all the wrestlers, all the success they have in this sport too, man, because it really is the great nucleus there to springboard.
It gave us like a professional league, right? Before, only 7 guys got to go to the Olympics for everybody that wrestled. So if you weren't one of the lucky ones that got to go to the Olympics, what did you do? You went and coached. Now you can go and fight, you can make money, you can have a career after the wrestling madness. It's phenomenal.
And you're one of only 4 fighters in UFC history to hold titles in 2 weight classes simultaneously, and the only one to defend those titles.
Yes.
So I mean, man, that's it. That's history right there. And obviously you're not ready to retire yet because we got another fight this weekend, which we'll get to in a second. But how much longer do you plan on competing?
You know, at this point, you know, I turned 40, so every fight's just one at a time.
Fourth level?
Yeah, everything's one at a time now. You know, I look forward to Saturday, Stipe Miocic, and after I get done with that, we'll see what happens. You know, everybody wants to ask me about what happens with Jones, if it's going to be another fight and all this other stuff, but all that stuff's off the table if I don't get my hand raised on Saturday night.
So let's talk about the rematch on Saturday, because the guy you face, I mean, he was considered one of the greatest heavyweights. Big dude, very dangerous. And man, when you took him out on that first round, I was like, woo, that was so nice with that little sneaky right. So what is the approach the same? And for those who may not know what to expect, what can you look forward to?
You know, I need to go out there and just implement my game plan. I've always believed that if I'm doing what I'm supposed to do at the best of my ability, it's going to take care of itself. Stipe's dangerous. I think he's going to be better. I think it'll be a longer fight, but I think we've prepared ourselves for as long a fight, as short a fight, but we've prepared to get our hands raised again. Expect him to fight more at range, but I'm really good at closing distance.
I can't wait, man. I'm looking forward to that. And you know, on the side, you're a broadcaster. You do a great job.
Oh, thank you,
Natural,
Mario.
and that's very difficult. That's very difficult to do. Do you plan on focusing entirely on that when the day comes that you do retire, or would perhaps like to get into a little acting, maybe a little pro wrestling?
You know, Velasquez just started pro wrestling, so
yeah, he looked good.
He looked real good.
Yeah,
I mean, that gives you hope. But again, at 40, can I restart something new? But I love the broadcast, and I love, you know, I have this show on ESPN Plus Detail that lets me break down footage. I call the fights. So those are the things that I want to do as I get older. At at some point, you got to take off the wrestling shoes. You know, I'm still wearing them since I was a kid to today. At some point, I got to take them off, and when I do, hopefully I'll put on some nice loafers or something.
Yeah, man, we're doing a good job on that. That's very, very difficult. I can appreciate it. Of course, being an entertainment show and stuff, we recognize the UFC has quite the celebrity following. I mean, I've sat next to Halle Berry at fights, Demi Lovato. There's so many people out there. What do you think about the reach it has on that sort of audience?
Oh, it's crazy, man. It's entertaining, right? And if you go back in time, everybody always saw a fight. Why do people watch those weird videos on the internet? Everybody just wants to see a fight, and it attracts everyone, even, you know, celebrities like yourself and all the people that you listed. They come to watch a fight, and some people have an ability to draw people in, right? So Conor has ability to draw people in. Ronda had an ability to draw people in. And when you have the big fights, people are interested in not only you as a fighter, but also you and the personality and everything else. So it gets people in the arena is great. Like Anaheim's completely sold out. I love fighting in LA County because they do have a lot of celebs go to watch.
You ever been in the octagon or on your way, and you look over and you're like, oh, there's so-and-so.
Yeah, you know, I did it once when I was about to fight Jones. I go, oh man, that's Shaq. Shaq was right there, front and center. He was so big.
Yeah, you can't miss.
Oh, that's Shaq. And then I was like, oh, and The Rock's like right next to him. It was Shaq and The Rock, and I was like, okay, I can't lose. And then I freaking lost.
I feel sorry. But by the way, I feel sorry for those people that are sitting behind those dudes.
Oh, you can't even see if you're behind Shaq.
It's like a wall right there.
If you're not in those first couple rows in that corral, it's hard because the moment you get behind the thing, everybody's always standing. It's so exciting.
Exactly. And I love that with all that said, you still find the time to coach high school wrestling and be involved in your kids' programs as well?
Yeah, man, I have my kids' program at AKA, the Gilroy Hawks and the Gilroy High School Mustangs. I love wrestling. It's given me everything that I've ever had in my entire life, my education, my career. And if I can give it back, if I can pay it forward and give one kid what wrestling has done for me, I've done my job. So
I love that. And I love it. Last question, sir. If they did, or when they do, the Daniel Cormier story, who would you cast to play you?
You should play me.
Hey, right?
You should play me.
I'm ready. They need somebody that knows how to wrestle.
Because they need somebody that can wrestle. And if I could just pretend to be that good looking, if I could just pretend to be that good looking for a little bit, I'd be a happy man.
Oh, it would be an honor, man. Hey, congratulations and good luck
so
this
much,
Saturday.
Man. Thank you.
Listen, please be sure to watch Daniel defend his title at UFC 241 this Saturday night. Woo! One more extra, hit the subscribe button and the bell and never miss a video.